Aquarius workshop, understanding the duality between fear and hostility. I start with a quote from Pathwork Lecture 148 with the title Positivity and Negativity, One Energy Current. And the quote is as follows: where the outer negative conditions activate the dormant inner negative condition is the point at which the positive life force turns into a destructive non-life force. Feelings turn from love to fear and hostility. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 148. Love is everything that promotes connection, unity, expansion and harmony, and expresses the divine and beneficial of the universe. In the areas of life where we are emotionally mature and live in inner reality, we experience the freedom to love. However, in the areas of life where we do not dare to surrender in this love current, we are alienated from the true self. There we create everything that is opposite to love. In those areas, the divine power of love changes through illusions and untruths into lovelessness and splits into two irreconcilable opposites of fear and hostility. Since we and life are one, we can only have anxious and hostile feelings towards life to the extent that we have anxious and hostile feelings towards ourselves. We can only be afraid of others and hostile to others to the extent that we are afraid of ourselves and hostile to ourselves. In this workshop, you will explore with a loving curiosity 3 themes of the Pathwork Lectures regarding the duality between fear and hostility. The first theme: the fear-hostility duality creates conflicts. In the depths of our being lie the frustrations about what happened in our youth. It is confusion and pain, because we felt rejected and we are unsatisfied with our need for love. This confusion and pain can turn into fear, resentment, anger, or hostility towards those who have frustrated us. With that immature, neurotic behavior, we provoke conflicts because we activate the immature consciousness of the other. The next quote stems from Pathwork Lecture 73. Your fear, your self-punishment, your frustration, your anger, your hostility, your withdrawal from giving out love and affection, all these strands of the child in you constantly provoke the other person and enhance in him that which is weak and immature. The more mature person, however, will affect others differently and will bring out that in them which is mature and whole. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 73. The second theme: finding your own autonomy. We are afraid to face the self because we believe we are helpless in the grip of our feelings, emotions, attitudes, thoughts and actions. We do not believe in the true self with all its qualities. We think there is nothing other than that destructiveness that makes us keep a part of ourselves secret. We do not realize that we are autonomous beings who determine our own thoughts, feelings, reactions and actions, not out of compulsion, but out of the desire to feel differently and to be constructive. We will be free when we no longer keep secrets for ourselves and let ourselves be guided by the true self. The next quote stems from Pathwork Lecture 136. Suppose you find and fear hate or hostility. You are frightened of its force on you and on your actions. Simply state, I shall fully face these destructive feelings which will not force me into actions, for I am master over all feelings. I determine actions. I determine what I want to do, think and feel. I now want to see what is, and I desire and intend to change these emotions into truthful and constructive ones. I choose my attitude to meet these emotions. If I encounter an inner distaste of giving up such destructive feelings, I shall neither deny this inner refusal by repression, nor shall I give in to it. I shall meet it too, and not be vanquished by it. I determine truth in myself and I choose constructive ways. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 136. The last and third theme. Communication merges this duality. Without communication we live in loneliness and darkness. We can never lose the fear of people unless we confront our hostile view of humanity. Communication brings people closer together because we recognize each other's feelings and experiences so that fear and hostility disappear. Communication contributes to the increasing unity of humanity. Self-insight is the foundation for communicating, explaining something. We learn the great art of communication through right intention, thought, practice, and self-examination. The last quote stems from Pathwork Lecture 257. How often do you believe someone is mean to you when, in reality, this other person fears you and erroneously uses a coldness or rejecting attitude as a defense? Knowing this removes your fear, your false pride, your anger, and may enable you to meet this person in an entirely different way that in turn will dissolve his or her negative defense that alienates others. So you see how communication brings souls together instead of creating fearful and therefore hating walls between humans. Communication is an intrinsic part of the good life. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 257. I wish you peace and all the best. Thank you.